Welcome to the 33rd Lebanon Council of Garden Club's Garden Tour. We are so excited to have the most unusual and outstanding gardens of Lebanon. Honestly, I've been doing this for 25 years or so, and I'd say this year we have 5 of the most unique gardens that Lebanon has to offer. So don't miss it, June the 24th and the 25th, 11 to 5, rain or shine, you've got to come see these gardens. And today we're here with Dr. Tom Sussex.
Susek.
Okay, I'll get that right. Susek. And we've been working on him for a number of years, trying to have the tour here. And luckily, this is the year it is. And you will see hobbit houses, koi ponds, cement bridges over ponds that Tom has designed himself, jacuzzi-size plant urns,
Espalier.
You'll learn something new here too, like me. And then let's see, there's the pergola that you're training the
Linden trees over. Yeah.
linden trees. Like Tom says, he's got a little bit of it all. So I wanted to ask Tom, what inspires you to do all of these things, plus be a doctor?
Well, I just like being outside. I spend all my time in the hospital, so I might as well be outside and enjoy nature. And I like playing with the plants, and it's quite a hobby, and it's very stress relieving. So that's why.
Well, so you've got 2 high-powered things, this wonderful garden that has so many different features, and then your high-powered job, with a lot of stress at work too. So gardening is a relaxing, creative experience, and you have just shown your creativity all over the place. Tell us about how did you get so many skills to do a hydroponic garden, to make your own concrete bridges, to do the espalier over, you've got your own aviary. I mean, it just goes on and on. How did you get all this inspiration?
Well, I just I'm always kind of thinking about things and trying to be creative. I was an art minor in college,
okay.
so I kind of that's my creative outlet to do things like that. So, and it's kind of fun. I'm kind of a little big boy trying to do a lot of different projects in the yard, and maybe a little bit of a workaholic, but I just keep on going and try to do things, and I don't know, always need a project.
Well, we're very grateful that we're going to be able to benefit from those projects. Now, one project in particular is the Moon Gate. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Moon Gate is usually it's a dry stack stone structure. It's just perfectly circle, and it's supposed to adorn Oriental gardens when you first walk into them. I just kind of thought, well, I just really wanted to see if this was a challenge that I could do and manipulate stones to do it. So I ended up creating it, and it turned out really cool. So it's just basically a dry stack stone circle. But the problem is that a little bit ago I had a tree fall on it. So I ended up redoing it and putting mortar in it. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. It's one of my favorites.
It's a great inspiration. And then so many parts of your garden are dedicated to family members. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I always have a thought or a situation that's going on that I it kind of drives me to do things. Like the Moon Gate was more for my parents, kind of remembering what they did for me so that I'm a doctor here. So little things like that. So I name things after things, situations and people. So it's kind of fun. I don't know.
It's kind of like going through your scrapbook of life here. Different.
Yeah.
And then you had talked a little bit about how you gained all these skills. Your uncle and your dad were masters of all trades. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, my dad was a Slovenian immigrant, and he just did everything around the house, and he constantly was working out in the yard, and he worked as a tool and die maker. So he always created stuff. So between him and my uncle Glenn, he always pushed himself, always was trying to figure out how to do things himself. So I learned how to do cement work. I learned how to do some plumbing and some electrical work, and then there's always a project, and it's like a big construction set for me. So I keep going.
Well, talking about one of those things is you have your house drain pipes so that the water is sent to your ponds. Can you talk
Yeah,
about that a little bit?
yeah. I try to recoup all the water that's draining off the property. The land is very sandy here,
Hmm.
so all the water kind of gets diverted to different areas. So like my downspouts go to a little cistern, and I have a pond in the back that I just utilize where the water went to fill. Those kind of things, and I utilize water out of Clear Creek, so I
Okay.
pump water out of
Great.
there constantly for the koi fish and stuff. So.
Right. So you have several koi ponds, and
Mhm.
you have got your English garden here. And can you tell us a little bit about how that goes in combination with your Empire style house?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I always loved the Second Empire style of house because kind of reminded me of haunted houses when I was a kid, and
Hmm.
I liked the Americana of that.
Right.
So my dream house was going to be something like that. So I created that house, and then you start going to places like the Biltmore, and they had English gardens, they had
Right.
formal gardens, and the symmetry and the art aspect and the koi fish, and so then I started building things as a pastime. So that's where I got into making the English garden and then my garden down below.
All right. And then you also love bamboo. Can you talk about how you developed your bamboo garden to not upset your neighbors because they're
Oh,
invasive?
well, yeah, they're invasive. Well, bamboo, if you ever go to the
Mhm.
Cincinnati Zoo, it's
Right.
just filled with bamboo.
Right.
So the same guy that provided the bamboo for Cincinnati Gardens, I went to him and got some bamboo plants, and they take off. So that you
Mhm.
have to prevent them from going around and kind of like the rhizomes spreading. So you have to put a little bamboo guard around it. So 36 inches down in the ground, plastic wall, so you keep them at bay. They still can get out, and they still have gotten out,
Yeah.
but then you just clip them and
Keep 'em.
stuff. So
Right.
or you cut the grass around it. So the
Right.
bamboo is really cool.
And you still have neighbors who like you.
Yeah, my neighbor,
Yeah.
the surgeon next door, he's tolerable to me.
Very,
So yeah,
very good. And then
yep.
we can't leave without talking about the Hobbit house. I mean,
Oh,
not very many gardens have their own legit Hobbit house.
yeah. I always thought it'd be cool to have cellars and a hobbit hole. So I named. I have three daughters, so I made a hobbit house for two of them, and yeah, it's got a round door, and you could go in it. It's not exactly waterproof, but it's
Right.
cool. And
Very
if you
cool.
like hobbits, if you like Harry Potter, it's kind of cool.
Very cool. And, we just look forward to you coming and exploring the grounds here. Now, we do encourage good walking shoes. Tom has two levels of gardens, one on by his house, and then there's a whole park like that you'll see a little bit later on down below. So you do have to walk in different types of terrain. So
Mhm.
remember, this is a walking tour, and you do need to wear your good shoes to enjoy the tour. Well, Tom, we just greatly appreciate you sharing your expertise and your lovely garden with us, and we can't wait to see you on June the 24th and 25th.
Cool. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
sure enough.
Yep.
Well, here we are at CC Blooms. It's a flower farm here in Lebanon. They were on the garden tour several years ago, and this year they're offering a lavender festival. So we have Mr. Jeff Conrad here. He's the other part of CC Blooms. Carol is the other partner here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what is the lavender festival going to be about that's happening during the garden tour, June the 24th and the 25th.
Hi, Pat. Mary Pat, thanks. Welcome everybody to CC's Blooms. So our lavender area is right over in here.
Beautiful.
Lavender likes it dry, and as we found out over the winter, it doesn't like it 20 degrees below. So we lost quite a
Oh,
bit that we had to cut off. But anyway, we still have tons of lavender. We're going to be doing our lavender festival here on Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th. So we'll have people can just come and pick lavender, or they want to pick other flowers, they can do that. We'll also have a soap making workshop, chapstick or lip balm lavender making workshop.
cool.
We're in conjunction with Green Feather Homestead in Waynesville and the Lavender Sachet. around here. So those will be happening on the 24th and 25th.
We are so excited. This is something totally new that we've never had happen before. So you can register to make lip balm or for the honey tasting, the lavender honey tasting on our Facebook, Lebanon Garden Tour 2023. So just go on there and click, on our Facebook pages that talk all about the Lavender Festival at CC Blooms. And then Jeff, while we're here, can you just tell us about some of the other things that people can see while they're here on the garden tour?
Well, we do have a greenhouse in the back of the house. We put in a barn like 3 years ago. We've got a hoop house on the other side of the barn, and we just got grant funding from the government for a high tunnel that we're going to put out here. So we've been, and got about an acre or so of garden that we grow almost every kind of flower that you can think of, from roses, dahlias, lisianthus, so people can see what we'll be growing in June. And in June we'll have just about everything. Maybe not, the dahlias and lisianthus may not be flowering, but they'll be pretty close. We'll be full of color.
Beautiful. And all these flowers go to nurseries, weddings, and then you have a situation where local folks can come and, like every Friday, pick up a bouquet.
We do we call U-Picks on Saturday nights in July and August, where anybody themselves or want to come with a friend, spouse, girlfriend, whatever, can come and have a kind of a date night. They go out into our garden, pick a bucket of flowers, bring them back to the barn. Carol helps them make it into a beautiful bouquet. And then a lot of people, because we back up to Hidden Valley Orchard right here, you can actually hear their music over here. But a lot of people leave the flowers and walk about a quarter of a mile over to Hidden Valley, food, something to drink, listen to music, and then come back. Really make it a nice date night.
Sounds like a wonderful place. And it is. Wait till you see this. It's just so peaceful and just beautiful with all the different colors. And you're also in an organic farm, right?
Yes. I mean, we're not certified organic, but we do everything organically.
Very good. So it's a great place to come and ask questions and just enjoy the beauty here and have fun at the Lavender Festival during the Lebanon Council of Garden Club's garden tour. So thank you so much for having us, and we look forward to seeing you during the tour.
Well, thank you for coming, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody too. Thanks.
Super. Thank you. Well, here we are at Janice and Steve Pilkington's Wonderland. It is a woodland wonderland. There is so many beautiful scenes to see here. We really have a wonderful garden tour this year, don't we, Karen?
Yes, we do. It's an amazing tour.
It surely is. This is Karen Trapp, and she is the chairperson of this year's garden tour, and probably, hopefully, for years to come. I'm Mary Pat Austing, and I have been the chairperson for a number of years, along with Laura Elam and Bretta Spruill and Phyllis Holtkamp and Melva Rosenkrantz. And now it's time for Karen Trapp to take over. So we're looking forward to her new and innovative ideas. Can you tell us about the signs that you've ordered for this year for garden tour?
We ordered new signs that are yellow sunflowers with a bright blue background, and all of the homes will have that same color frame. So it'll make it easier for you to identify the homes, give us some directional signage, and make it easier for you to navigate the tour this year.
Right. So we're hoping that it'll be a nice, easy drive. We'll give you a map and a ticket at the Lebanon station. And at the station, that's where everybody goes to also get their scavenger hunt card. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, each of the homes will have a scavenger hunt with a featured item, and you look for the gnome and take the clue from that display and write it on your card.
Right.
Then you turn that in at the end of the tour, and you can win a prize of a gift card tree. So there's a lot of different gift cards on there.
Has a lot of local businesses that help donate, and then garden club members that have donated to that too. And usually they're about $150 worth, so it's worth doing the scavenger hunt. So we have 5 private gardens and 3 public areas that you are welcome to go to on the garden tour too. It's a fun thing that we started a number of years ago, and families enjoy it, couples enjoy it. So we hope you come and enjoy our Lebanon garden tour and scavenger hunt on June the 24th and 25th. Now, how do you get tickets? That's a biggie.
Right. You can purchase tickets online at the Warren County Historical Society. There are also posters in some of the downtown businesses that have a QR code that you can
Get on your phone.
get on your phone and get tickets. You can also purchase them ahead of time at Village
House.
Ice Cream Parlor and Brick House on Broadway.
And Gravery, and find great gifts right downtown.
Right. They are $15 ahead of time, 20 the days of the tour.
So you can get them up till Friday night, and then it's a cutoff point, and then Saturday they're $20. So don't wait, get them now. They make great Father's Day gifts, birthday gifts, just a great opportunity to be with friends and family members. And children are 12 and under free, right? Very good. And so, so come with your walking shoes too. Can you tell us about why those are important this year?
Well, 2 of the gardens are large, and there's a lot of uneven terrain. So please, if you want to take advantage of seeing the whole area, you really need good walking shoes.
Right. And bring your water, but we'll have some complimentary water bottles available at the train station too. Right. So you always start off at 198 South Broadway at the Lebanon train station, 11 to 5 p.m. both days, rain or shine. And we also have quilt tickets. We have a marvelous group of women who hand sew quilts every year, and they'll be selling some quilt tickets that year too.
Yes.
So it's going to be a marvelous day. So now let's talk about where we are. And this is Janice and Steve Pilkington's, like I say, Woodland Wonderland. And right now we're in front of their pond that has beautiful koi and wonderful, gorgeous, unique statuary all around it. And then when they go into the back, what are they going to find, Karen?
Yeah, she's got a really unusual plant for her scavenger hunt find.
Don't tell them anymore. You got to come and find out that. But in the back is a beautiful pathway through lots of large trees and columbine, hostas. And Janice is a wealth. She's a master gardener. She has worked on Glendower, and she just has a wealth of knowledge about everything that she does. So we really want you to come and enjoy just walking around the peacefulness. Oh, tell them about that plant that's hanging up.
Oh, is that a fern?
Staghorn?
Staghorn fern.
It's a rigmarole. They have to shimmy it up, shimmy it down, and take it to the garage. So it's a beautiful plant, and it just looks lovely. So they go to a lot of different trouble to make their place just a beautiful oasis. So come to the tour this year. It supports the Lebanon train station grounds. The Lebanon Council of Garden Clubs purchased the property, built the station, and have maintained it since the 1970s. So come, support the Lebanon Council of Garden Clubs and the beautiful landscaped area that the train station has in it. So we'll see you June the 24th and 25th. And now on to another garden. All right, Karen?
All right, here we go.
All right, and here we are at one of our stops that's close to the train station. I mean, if you wanted to walk, you could just walk up the street here. But we are at the garden of Jenny and George, and how do you say your last name?
Paroscus. You can
Paroscus.
call us George and Jenny.
George
and Jenny.
Okay, great. We're at the garden of George and Jenny's, and they've only lived here for how many years?
3 years.
And wait till you see what they have done in 3 years. What we're standing behind was not here. So Jenny, how did you come up with this plan to make this gorgeous oasis here in your side yard?
Well, my background's interior design, so I have a visual. I'm a visual person, and I usually draft it up on a piece of bum wand, quick and dirty, and get an idea of the feel that I want. And since the house is older, in the front I went more traditional, and then as the further you go back, it's more cottagey, free-flowing. So.
Very gorgeous. And then George, I hear you're the mover and the shaker with the plants.
I just move it from here to there when she says move it, or plant it, or replant it. I do my best.
Very good. Well, we all need a George in our families. So that is great. Now, you also, so you said the house is old. I want to know, how old is it? And then you also have a tree that might be similar in age.
Let George.
Yeah, 1910. It's a 1910 home, and the elm and the survivor elm in the back is, we think, 150 years old.
Wow. So you've taken good care of that.
It's a survivor.
Great. So you'll be anxious to see that too, that we have one humongous elm after our horrible blight that we had for a number of years. So that's great. And then can you tell us about some of your favorite plants that you've got here, and where did you get them?
My favorite two are from my mom, actually. The wisteria, that's over to her left. That is from my childhood home, and it's about 70 years old, and I've taken it from home to home, and it goes
Sturdy.
with me. And I have my mom's peonies. So I just moved them this past fall, and they did not bloom this year. But a piece in the other side of the garden, I didn't get it all, I guess, and it came back up, and it actually bloomed.
Oh, super. So they're a little picky sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
But give them some time and they'll come
they'll come
back.
back,
They'll come
yeah.
back. Great, great. Well, and then also you got some of your plants from an unusual source. Where was that?
From this Cincinnati Zoo.
Something.
Yeah, they have they're actually where they grow all their plants is out here in actually Mason. So twice a year they hold a sale, and it's open to the public. You go on their website and just pick a time slot. So too many people don't come at one time, and there's so many people there to help you pick and choose and tell you what to get for your yard. Good. Yeah.
Well, great. Well, we look forward to you coming to the
Parascus,
I can't get
George and Jenny.
And again, all the other gardens you'll have to drive to, but this is one that you could walk to from starting off at the train station. So we thank you for all your preparations and for sharing this lovely garden with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We are at the Bryan Manor, and there are lots of very interesting things to explore here. They have an arboretum with over how many specimens would you say? Over 1,000?
Yeah, over 100 different varieties, but a number of specializing in oaks.
Okay. And they have a vineyard that they are working to cultivate grapes from France to the Ohio climate so that they can grow here. They also have some hops back there and wild berry. Is that?
Well, there's a number of different types of wild berries, raspberries and blackberries and that sort of thing. And, there's one called a wineberry, which is like a
That's
raspberry.
what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's really a raspberry, but it looks like a wine. They call it wineberry.
Well, that back area is a fairly recent venture, isn't it?
Yes,
With
it
the
is.
wine.
Yes, it is. That's
and the grapes.
2018 really is when we got it going.
All right, we'll look forward to that. You will see around us there is a like a catwalk. What would you call?
That's good enough for me. It's a top layer of the courtyard. So.
Well, he has done all of this stonework himself, basically. This has been a multi-year tiered project.
Yes, it has.
Labor of love, and it keeps changing, and it's fun to live in the area and drive by and see what else has transpired here over time. So even if you are familiar with the place, there have been lots of changes in the last few years. I'm sure you will appreciate just walking the grounds. It's beautiful. They also do some different things here.
Yeah, we do a bed and breakfast here. And I have a healing practice where I do hypnotherapy and Reiki. And we sometimes have like parties and showers and different, happy occasions here, especially happy occasions. But mostly it's a pretty tranquil place, and we like it to stay that way. So.
Well, it is certainly beautiful. How many acres do we have?
We have 15 acres. It took 4 different purchases to get them all together, but
All right, well, this will be a joy to walk through the trees. It's very relaxing, and just see the progress that they're making up with the vineyard and different elements.
And just wanted to let you know, thank you so much, Chris and Jan. We really appreciate you showing off Bryan Manor. So many people, like Karen said, are going to be interested to seeing this property. They drive by all the time. So when you come to get your tickets, the days of the tour, June the 24th and the 25th, 11 to 5 p.m., rain or shine, it'll give you a map, and the map will tell you where to go. And on each of the locations, excuse me, Jan, says Lebanon Garden Tour. And so you'll see that out in front, and that's where you'll turn in. And then we have 3 public gardens, the Pet Cemetery, Beetle Cabin, right across from the train station, and CC Bloom's. Yeah, at the Lavender Fest, okay. And so those are our featured community gardens. And so we have the scavenger hunt at the 5 private gardens and the 3 community gardens. So we look forward to seeing you, and thanks so much for sharing your garden and all your beautiful, wonderful efforts. The community's going to see a wonderful day here in Lebanon. Thank you.